Alright. Everything looks good. Damn. Right out the gate, huh? Yo, Cerulean, thanks for the 3rd month. Dang. Very cool. Hello Lim. And hello Cerulean as well, obviously. That's a given. Yeah, enjoy your new badge. Hello Steris. Alright, we are getting a bit of a patch tonight, finally. Gameforge did nothing wrong. God damn, I forgot about I forgot about you. Hello Anchovy. Hello Raikos. We got nerfed, can no longer use channel in the new main. Nah. The Dark Rush nerf is not gonna be that consequent for PvP. Like, and it is really strong right now, so whatever. The attack-based healing stuff, we have to see exactly how it works. Like, I have a hunch that at endgame for Cleric, it's probably going to feel about the same, but it's probably going to be like a slight buff to Chenra's healing capabilities. I have a hunch, right? But yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they have said this is just only the first step, right? Like, this is the first step of them trying to change support progression to feel more meaningful. Although, I mean, I don't know. I don't really agree with the sentiment that you don't feel the progression on support classes. Like, I think you feel it just as much as DPS classes, honestly. Because, like, I mean, at this point, everyone's DPS is so close to each other. Like, yeah, sure, you do have a chunk of your DPS as a cleric / channel that comes from buffing other people, but I mean, I don't think we need progression on that, you know? But I guess we'll see.
Let's go check it out.
Now, the thing I'm honestly the most curious about is the class revamps on the 28th, and also the fact that it's only going to impact a portion of the classes. Like, to begin with, I'm wondering who's gonna get targeted first, and I'm wondering like how meaningful it's gonna be. So yeah, it's quite the question mark right now, but I am very curious. I'm definitely excited though. Like we've got a bunch of stuff. Also, the new Sanctuary is at the latest coming early September, which means I'm gonna be able to experience it. Now, it's both a good and a bad thing, right? Because I have a ton of videos lined up for this month and next month, right? And since we are getting a new batch of dungeons this week, obviously I'm gonna have to make the guides for those, right? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get everything out and also make the Sank 4 guide. So yeah, I'll do my best, but I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna have to like probably pick one. Do my presets come out through promising? Yeah. We have 1 month to meme. Hopefully clear Sanctuary 4. I mean, it's not just about clearing Sanctuary 4, it's about like making the guide for it, right? Because August is a bit chill in the sense that, you know, it's still 2 months off, so I'm focusing on the content that I know is not going to change, right? So I'm gonna be making the 1, 2, 3 star dungeon guides, right? And speaking of, I already have the 5 temple one mostly done that I did today. So I'm gonna be releasing this one, I mean, at some point. I'm probably going to focus on making the new dungeon stuff next week, and then I'll release the other stuff. I'm probably just straight up gonna have to take like a few days off of stream just to make sure I make the scheduling I have planned for my videos. But we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Oh damn. Like that's kind of the only somewhat stressful part about the incoming 2 months for me, is making sure I have time to, you know, squeeze in everything that I want to release. That being said, considering they are... Okay. The other thing is they are overhauling classes on the 28th, and it's going to be an ongoing process where they're going to do classes over time, right? It's not going to be all of them at the same time, so... Which probably means that some of those overhauls are going to either be at the same time as global or even after global, and it's like... I straight up cannot make anything that is like, that comes close to a class guide until they are done overhauling this. So I think I'm just gonna have to abandon any plans of making like macro videos, like rotation guides, so on and so forth. Like if I do anything, it's gonna have to be super surface level, because it's completely up in the air how much the classes are gonna change. Hello, Relics. Do you have a prediction for the new class they talked about at high level? I mean, they didn't really give any detail. The only thing they said is that it's an interesting concept. So who knows, really? It's probably going to be something completely new, though. New class is clear ETH attack? Yeah, sure. Early, dude. But either way, I'm going to focus on the content and system stuff, right? I'm gonna have to remake the pet video, but I'm probably gonna have to wait until after the game is out to remake the pet video, because unless NCA goes into details in terms of like how they have changed the systems with the level 3 and stuff like that, like there's no way, right? So yeah, I'm gonna have to like slightly modify my plans basically, but it's okay. It's okay. Like I have some leeway. I have a bunch of dungeon guides I need to release. Which, that is never gonna change, so... And thanks for the photo, Peter Pan. NCA details? Yeah. We'll see. I'm probably gonna have to postpone some stuff for, like, right after release, which kind of sucks because I kind of don't want to be stuck making videos on release, because I'm gonna be super busy, you know what I mean? But like I have like a month and a half to figure out how I want to manage this, I guess. Catching good independent. I mean, the stuff with the macro stuff is that they are changing the way the classes are gonna play, right? Like they're basically saying that they want to maintain some macro stuff, but they're going to just straight up change how the class like work. So yeah, I can't really be looking at making any class guides. Change for Gladiator make difference or not? Change for Gladiator make a difference or not? You mean the ping one? I mean, we don't know. We'll have to see how much of a difference it makes, because the main thing right now is the interaction between overhead slam and rending blow has like some problems with ping, right? And that is allegedly what they're trying to fix. Just make a quick overview of the classes to help new players. Yeah, exactly, Anchovy. I think I wanted to have that video go a little bit more in depth. I'm probably just going to make a super surface level introduction. And just leave it at that. Just to... in an attempt to, you know... to not make it irrelevant after a week, considering we're going to be in the midst of changes. Increase damage, make longer cooldowns. I mean, the way they are making it sound is they want you to make more deliberate choice with the order of your skills, right? So yeah, I have to see. Force players to actually play the game. I mean, I personally don't mind it, right? I don't mind it, but obviously, like you can't be releasing anything even close to a class guide when this close to coming. Well, split it, one button macro that making you stupid. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Like, the main problem I have with the macro gameplay right now is every class kind of plays the exact same, right? Like there's some slight differences, but it again, even though classes are built slightly different, you just end up making an optimized macro that just plays the game for you, right? Remove CD in line in every cast. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff they can do. Like, I'm just gonna wait and see what they have to do. Either way, I don't mind it, but yeah, it's probably going to like significantly change what's going on. Like, they basically say they don't want like every class to just rely on a single skill, which probably means the death of spam windows, which that would be a good thing. We're 130 soul stones. We got Divine Aura on Ring. I'm still missing it. How are you guys doing today? Yeah, that sounds about right. I plan to play Cleric on global. How hard is it? Do I need to target people to heals? Heals are auto-targeted. Okay. So your heals on Cleric are basically either AoE or they are single target, but they automatically heal the lowest health target within range, right? So the only thing that you have to care about as a Cleric is positioning. Okay, I'm like to test it, yeah. I'm not saying Final Fantasy 14 has good combat, but need to press buttons as a freedom is good for the game. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest though, I really dislike 14's combat. Like, the way they've had it set up for like the past 2 expansions on 14, I really dislike it. It's the perfect mix of brain dead and rigid, which makes it really unpleasant. Like, 14's combat is very unpleasant to me, especially nowadays. Like, AION2 is brain dead, but at least it doesn't, you know, at least it doesn't like constantly try to fuck with you in terms of the fights themselves, right? Because it's like, haha, it's a 2-minute base meta, but then we keep releasing fights where exactly on the 2 minutes mark, there's something else happening, right? And like, your rotation is mega rigid. It's entirely dictated by your burst window. And then in between your burst window, you're just pressing 1, 2, 3. Like, I really dislike 14's combat the way it is right now. Like, if I had to choose between the current AION2 combat and the current 14 combat, I pick AION2, to be honest. Even though AION2 is mostly brain dead. Because at least it doesn't come on the way of fun, right? Because like, 14's combat is not complicated, right? It's brain dead, it's rigid, you literally do only one thing. But it's fucking obnoxious. Which is not good. This guy. We're getting GCD? No. They have said nothing of the sorts. Like, as predicted, that leak was fake, because, I mean, it was obvious, because it made 0 sense. Possible to play 2 characters as main as you're gonna play possible. I mean, 2 characters, like, upkeeping 2 characters is doable, right? And like, in the long term, you're sort of gonna do that, although one of the characters is always gonna be like slightly behind. It's gonna be like at endgame, but maybe like doing normal modes instead of hard modes, right? You can maintain both on hard modes, but then you're kind of not gonna be min-maxing either of those, right? Just going to be like surface level, basically. Good grounds, but the way each job is kind of bad. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if Evercold changes stuff, but yeah, right now it's really unpleasant. Attacks for full bolts. Into old shift modifies the amount of skills in a certain conversation, yeah. About the most general sense that, well, attacks for full high dream. Press buttons, I think about how you press your buttons. I mean, yes and no, because again, it's very rigid, right? I mean, I see what you mean, and I don't disagree, but I don't like the way 14 specifically does it right now, personally. How important will crafting be? Is it very important how to craft weapon? Crafting is important, yeah. It's part of everyone's journey. Because you're constantly making consumables for yourself, and crafted gear is best for PvE, right? And you have to craft it yourself. That's not to say that crafting is like particularly involved or anything. It's just gather the ingredient and press the button. But yeah, crafting is something that everyone does. More key to be pressed? Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're probably going to upkeep the bread and butter stuff within macros. But there's probably going to be more contextual contextual buttons that you don't that you don't want to be within the macro because you need them to be used at certain times, right? Which I don't know how they're going to manage that, because surely people are going to find a way to like make an optimized macro where it just incidentally uses at the right time, unless they do something like random procs, which I don't really want them to have a random proc dictate when you use certain buttons, because then that takes your attention away from doing the fights themselves, right? Which I don't have a problem with, but I'm sure people are going to bitch about. I saw a video where it says that mandatory to do 8 characters over 22 in some global receipt. It's not mandatory. Like I think most people who want to get involved will do 1 main and then 3 ults, right? And like the level 22 thing, it's only gonna be for the characters that you specifically want to run dungeons with, which you can, like early on, you can run dungeons on all 7 characters to avoid having to buy the weekly Odile energy in order to reach your 83 diminishing return amount, right? Just to like get a bit of Kina, but I think most people are just... The thing is, that's going to require you unlocking slots just for that, right? Which, again, I don't think most people are going to do. Like, even if you want to do dungeons early on, 3 ults is going to be more than enough. Like, don't worry about it. Oh, it's the Rift one. Let's see. I have to do this one. Free to play, I know money, selling stuff to other players at the same time. I heard the market is bound to the past. I'm really confused now. The auction house is locked behind the subscription, yes. 5 Dragon Breath, you can craft 2 tier 2 weapons. Yeah. Although I think you're going to just opt for making an Ibani weapon and just like either doing a Star Dragon Guard or just like grabbing a dungeon one and then waiting for looter or something. I think so for Royani. What is interesting, and IMO pressing on a few Ks maintaining max DPS isn't too simplistic. Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the devs also agree with that, which is the only thing that matters, right? Like, and they're going to change it, so, you know. Hello, Jovit. I'm thinking only 2 ults in the main. Really hate playing ults, honestly. 2 ults is maintainable, right? Like, 2 ults is okay. It's more so about the additional stuff, right? Considering the 3rd slot is free, like the 3rd ult is also free, you might as well also be doing a 3rd one, if only for Ascension Trial and stuff like that. Because again, especially early on, like enhancement stones are going to be hard to come by, so. Not with more than 84 runs, you get material roll. Yeah, you still get the mats, but you get diminishing return on Kina, and then it's like, it tanks. Which means that if you're going to be spending that energy, you might as well just wait until the... Like, if you have additional energy to be running more dungeons, you might as well either be running Transcendence on one of the characters, or you might as well... sorry, I'm trying to do something at the same time. You might as well be just waiting the next week rollover, and then use the additional energy like that. Did the devs actually say that we'll do something about clicking just one button? Yes. They're going to move forward with revamping every class on the 28th of this month. That was the announcement. Energy every week? Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Minimum number of ults needed to stay relevant. I mean, in terms of relevancy, it depends on what you mean by relevancy, because I don't think you need to make... like, I'm pretty sure you can just do all of the hardest PvE content on day 1 by just only playing your main, right? The ults, making ults is more so to be juicing a bit higher than the requirements, and to also keep up on PvP at the same time. Revamp? I mean, not necessarily, Snooth. Like, considering it's like core balance change with the classes, they might have this, like, the new version come on global on day 1, right? We just don't know. Do for ults times 8, is it still optimal to do? Daniel, if you're wondering about the use of ults and what they get you, I have a video on that on my YouTube channel that I recently released that goes over everything. But long story short, Like, your first 3 ults are mainly going to be to run dungeons, and the rest of the ults are just going to be like for side stuff, like Ascension Trial and Portals. Like, low time investment, low like investment in general. Just to get a bit of extra juice every week. One more live stream for Global before launch. I mean, we're getting the one at Gamescom, right? And we're probably going to get another one before release. So I would say at the bare minimum, we should get like at least 2. Current balance of 25 Sigma would be tricky. I mean, yes and no, because they could be balancing the class changes around like the core skills, like the pre-level 25 stigmas, right? Which would arguably be a good thing, because let me tell you, if the current balance comes on global, some classes are going to fall off a bit. Specifically because a bunch of classes saw a lot of core class changes come with the level 25 stigma specifically. Revamping to be heavily not ping dependent. It's okay. So there's 2 sides to this. They said that they are doing some changes to the skills themselves to have less ping like dependency. This week is gonna impact Gladiator, but they said they're going to like, you know, expand it to every class, right? Whatever that means. And then the second part of it is they're going to just revamp how the skills work and interact with each other. To not make it like, to not basically move away from the full macro gameplay that we have right now. Minimal ults to stay relevant in PvP. I mean, again, 3 ults is gonna be enough. Like, making more ults is gonna be more so like low investment stuff, just to get a bit of extra juice. Hello, everyone. They remove macros? No, they're not going to remove macros. They said they're not, but like, because the game is so macro-centric, they're not going to remove macros, but they're going to make them like less central, like centric to the entire gameplay itself. Like, they want you to use the macro and also like be pressing other buttons alongside the macro. So spam 1 skill, yeah. Like, there's gonna be one part of rotation is still gonna be macro reliance, and one part of macro is gonna be more contextual. And like, you're basically gonna need like human input in order to be optimal. We don't know exactly what that means, but that is basically what they said. Although again, I'm waiting to see, because I don't know how they're going to, the way they have the game set up, even if they have something like, okay, if you like, you need to wait for this buff to use this skill, people are just going to like make macros that are like, depending on your CDR and combat speed, that are just going to automatically adjust, right? So they would have to do something very involved. What are ults even for? Pillow, I have a video that covers everything that ults are for. And it's probably going to be better than me yapping for 5 minutes. If you are curious.
Can you give me a hand?
They should add ults. I mean, they could be doing a class, like, you know, resource management, right? I mean, at the end of the day, right? That's what Brawler has right now. And as far as I understand, again, I don't play Brawler, so you can either confirm or deny. But as far as I understand, Brawler is a lot less macro reliant compared to other classes, because it has a class gauge and resource management, right? So maybe they're going to move towards this direction for most classes. Like, basically, they're going to turn every class into Brawler. So yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, 28th isn't that far, because like, basically, we're gonna get the new batch of content this week, and then we're probably gonna have 1 week of nothing. And then the week after that is going to be another major patch, which with all of the class changes. So, because like Ranger, yeah, well, I don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, either way, I hope they will have everything figured out before global. Because like, this is pretty spicy to be implementing like so close to global. And also, is global going to follow suit with this balance change, you know? That is the big question. Because it's probably going to be like a core change. That is... Like, the other thing that's crazy is they're going to be dropping it on the 28th, and they have said that Tank 4 is going to be early September, which means that they're going to drop the class changes, and bam, the week after that it's going to be the new Sanctuary. Can you imagine if the class changes requires us to change Arcanas again? Like, on the fucking week of Sanctuary? I'm a bit afraid. Whole meta would be shifted, yeah, which is why it's crazy to me that Sank 4 was also going to be coming right after that. We think there's 2 new Arcanas. I mean, the new Arcanas are kind of irrelevant because they just give stats, right? The main thing is having to change skill Arcanas, like having to go back to Chromede, like the week of fucking Sanctuary because of the class changes. That would be vile. You know? Yeah, it's also staggered. So some classes are going to be like on the 28th, and it's probably going to be like new classes every week or something. Do you know which systems Global has agency for changes on? Genius, for example, starting. We just don't know, because until NCA tells us like what are the settings of the server, we can't know. We also still don't know what this level 3 pet thing means in actual context. So it's gonna be an interesting next few weeks between all of the content release and the class overhaul and the global announcements. Like it's gonna be quite a few busy week. Would you say are good to try in Taiwan besides finding a main? Kind of getting bored there and can't wait for global. I mean, if you don't pay for the sub, there's not much in that, right? Like other than just making classes and doing some surface level stuff. That's kind of it, right? If you pay for the sub, I mean, you can just like get into endgame. First impression of class, interesting to put the new changes, yeah. But it's gonna be so close. Like it's a slippery slope. Like it's a dangerous game. I think level 3 will be locked until expansion. We don't know. We just don't know. Like we don't even know if we're gonna get all of the pet stats from the get-go at level 3, and it's just going to be like how that's gonna be on global. We don't know if we're gonna have access to the Genius Insight system early on. They just said XD level 3, which means nothing, right? Until we get more context. Yeah, I don't have a sub? Yeah, then if you don't have a sub, then you're kind of limited in your options, right? And this game won't want to use macros much different from other games, yeah. I mean, this game, as it's currently set up, like the combo is entirely macro-centric. PvP a bit less so, but still, you know. At the end of the day, if they want to add more player agency, like it's a good thing. But we'll have to see exactly how they, you know, put that into play. And the reset. I think they're gonna keep the farming stuff. Like again, I don't think the changes are gonna be that heavy. I just think, like, I think the main one is just going to be the spam windows are probably gonna be gone. And they're probably going to put more. They're going to incentivize like the currently like quote unquote unused skills.
Food shortages are getting worse.
Increase damage, yeah, but Snoot, that would still... Like, the macro stuff would not change, right? You would still be able to hold on one button to do that. Which is what they say they want to change. VPN stuff on more early access. I mean, to each their own, right? Some people might find it worth it to dump the $20 into Taiwan to get the sub and the growth pass to really like get immersed into it for like a month and a half and get a proper idea of what they want to play and how the systems works, right? You know, your mileage will vary. Well, if I been a content would be too easy. I mean, the season 1 content is going to be power crept as shit, regardless. There's kind of nothing they can do about this just because of class power creep, right? All of the classes got like so much QL compared to the original season 1. And we also understand the game better. There's already guides out, like, yeah. Like, season 1 is going to be very simple. Thanks for full thought. Unless they rebalance it. I mean, I don't think they would rebalance it, to be honest. Orange. I mean, that's fair. You know, see every part of the early game. I mean, it's not even gonna be that hard to be like optimal about early game. Like, when you understand the game, you don't even need to be like particularly sweaty to just solve season 1 within the first 2 weeks. Need to learn it again? Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, look, at the end of the day, good timing for me, because by the time the 28th comes around, I'm gonna have like every class to an okay level to be able to check out how everything changed, right? So I'm gonna do just that. Is the Kina dungeon nerf server-wide or account-wise? It should be server-wide. Are you going to pump all ults to level 22 on day 1? Yep. Like, my day 1 goal is gonna be to get all of my characters to 22, and my main to 45 to start stacking nightmare tickets. Like, that's gonna be the day 1, right? I'm gonna be playing 24 hours to get it done. And then I'll take a quick nap. And then I'll come back, and then I'll resume from there. Like, do all of the exploration stuff. Like, start getting ults to 45 as well, so they can also get nightmare tickets. Why exactly 22? Because that's when you unlock the first dungeon, which is the prerequisite to start gathering energy. Like, you need to have at least 1 dungeon unlocked. Is having multiple accounts illegal? No. I don't think it is. What order first all characters to and then 25 or first 45? I'm gonna get my ults to 22 first. Because, like, even if I end up missing 1 day of Nightmare on my main, it's not gonna be the end of the world. But getting, you know, I don't know, like 5 extra dungeon worth of energy just because I got all of my ults ready right at, like, out the gate, that's probably gonna make a bigger difference on the week 1. What's your estimate for 45? 15 hours? No, a lot less than that. Raw 45 without any exploration is like 4 hours. Let's say 5 to 6 hours, because the global is not going to have the jump and stuff like that, right? And we won't have we're going to have less power. But like, old characters is going to be like around 2 hours to get to 22 for each of them, right? And then getting your main is going to be like an additional 4 hours on top of that, basically. So if you have 7, within 20 to 24 hours, you should be able to do everything on day 1. My god. That's quite intricate. Hello, Raiden. Yes. Alright. Focus on this for a second. Like 2, right? Yeah. Well, I think this is smart. A lot of people will make one class, not waste time. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just going to make one of every class, because this way, that's going to allow me to just keep up with everything. As they keep changing stuff, I can check them out. So I can report on them, like, better, basically. Do nightmare tickets on ults help with the main as well? Nope. It's just to get power on the ults themselves, basically. Are ults still worth it after the nerf? Yeah. And if you're wondering about it, Nebuka, I have a video that covers everything about ults, like within the current setting of the game, both global and Taiwan. And thanks for the follow, Dulcie. I know I played Season 1 AION2 as a Sorg, but now I'm conflicted which class to play on Global. Can you recommend a class that is good on PvPvE? Every class is pretty good right now. Global is going to be slightly different because we won't have a Chapter 1, like, all of the Chapter 1 stuff, but if you want to... Okay, it depends. Do you mean, like, in the group setting? Do you mean in solo? Do you mean, like, do you have a pre-made? Are you more of a Pug Warrior? Patchnotes when? 1 hour. Speaking of, I should be doing some additional stuff actually, because I haven't done all of my weekly stuff on odds. Wings or statue from Nightmare Season 1. Colossus, and then the Nightmare Wings. Yeah. Changes for glad this coming minutes. Is it bad or the good one? I mean, it should be good if you have high ping. But we'll see exactly how it plays out, right? And iPony, thanks for the 2 months. Appreciate it. If you had to completely estimate a Kina number, how much do you think a new player needs Kina-wise to get 0 to 1 mil combat score? 0 to 1 mil? 1 mil is too high, because, okay, the thing is, 1 mil right now requires some horizontal stuff, insane luck, and it's not even optimal on every class, because you're going to need to be aiming for stats that, like, add your combat power, even in situations where you don't care about it, right? So I would say, like, 850, 900 would be a more realistic, like, look at it. And thanks for the full Hex Wall. Like, 850k raw Kina? I mean, let's say you're just buying the equipment from the auction house. 850k. I'm assuming no bound mats, just like fully fresh, absolutely nothing pre-ready, right? You also have to level up the crafts. Let me think about that for a second. Around 900k. You're also gonna need, I mean, I'm assuming you have, let's say, infinite crystals for Genus, so also accounts for a Kina for Genus. Also, you're gonna have to buy your Pantheons. Oh, that's not easy mental math. Because there's some RNG in it. Probably... There's also enhancing, right? I would say in the midst of 3 bill. Yeah, I would say around 3 bill, probably, in terms of, like, the stuff that you get with Kina. And then there's a bunch of horizontal progression stuff that you have to set up too. And a bunch of RNG. What reason you rush all that stuff? Competitive PvP in this game is bad. I'm not rushing for PvP, I'm just setting up for PvE. Like, the reason why I'm gonna be setting up is just to get my stuff set up before the auction house becomes expensive, and to be ready for Ludra, if Ludra is gonna be, you know, very early. Like, I'm not gonna give shit about PvP in Season 1, because PvP is just a mistake to focus on in Season 1. It's all about, like, for me, Season 1, like, setting up in Season 1 is all going to be about getting into endgame as fast as possible, and setting up all of my ults for success to be as close as possible to 3k when Season 2 hits, right? Like, that's basically gonna be my focus here. Do you think the Founders Pack is worth it? Just for cosmetics? It's all cosmetics. So, like, if you want to only just get the early access, grab the cheapest one. The value isn't too bad. And otherwise, like, focus on the skins that you like, right? Bracelet and butchers, yeah. I mean, that's what I mean, in the sense that there's a bunch of your combat power that is going to be locked behind running content and horizontal progression stuff, right? But just on a surface level, ignoring the fact that the stuff that you actually have to go out and farm, like, yeah, probably 3 bill, because I'm assuming you don't, like, I'm assuming you're not talking about waiting until you get, like, dungeon armor. It's just like, fucking craft Horn Dragon, like, immediately, just to get there, right? Will the ults be the same class or different ones? I'm gonna be making one of every class. Which, it's not necessarily optimal, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I'm just going to do that just to be aware of all of the gameplay changes of all classes, to be able to make content about it. Is looter equipment worth enhancing to go always straight crafted equipment? Weaponry early on, yeah. Bracelet, the orange one is a bit debatable, but I guess we can transfer it, so, you know. As much as that question may seem weird, the number itself notified party player 3 bill or the cost is bound to earn through by playing. No. I mean, if you just play the game for a couple of weeks, you're going to be cutting that cost drastically. Because a bunch of that cost is just from rushing crafted gear and stuff like that. And crafting and rushing enhancement and so on and so forth. But again, I'm talking about around 900, and also that's assuming that you're farming your own brooches, you're farming your genus crystals to get a perfect genus, right? Hello, Juven. Are Taiwan Korea servers going down for maintenance? Yes, in a bit less than an hour. Do you think it makes sense to wait until launch servers to avoid playing with Wales or access servers? I think both are fine. I do think the full launch servers are going to be less sweaty, so they're probably going to be more fun for most people. I think the FOMO of the 5 days is just is fake. Like, genuinely, 5 days in the grand scheme of things is not going to matter. Especially since there's like separation between the early access and the full release servers early on. Because, like, the small amount of extra progress that early access gets, you're going to be taking advantage of it as a full release person as well, because you're going to be able to matchmake with them in dungeons anyways, right? So it doesn't fucking matter. You're going to be taking advantage of it all the same. Maybe there's going to be some gatekeeping from early access people versus full release people, but I think that's going to be a minority. And either way, like, the advantage is going to be gone within like 2 weeks. Yeah, PV matchmaking is cross-server, yeah, which is why I'm saying that ultimately, even as a full release character, you're going to be taking advantage of the people that have slightly more juice from the early access servers, because you're going to be running dungeons with them. You know what I mean? So, whatever. Yeah, we're craving the game on doping for sure. Now we're gatekeeping them. Personally, I'm not gonna give a shit, because you play this game long enough and you realize that the content is like very easy to get into at like low gear score. Like, people are fucking psychopath wanting like 800k, 900k for fucking Fallen Citadel and stuff like that. Like, right now in Taiwan, you can just do the growth pass, just do the catch-up mechanic, and jump into Clerics. And I'm not even kidding. Would it be possible to buy the membership from Steam directly on Global? I would assume so, yeah. But I mean, the thing is, the membership, you just buy it from in-game. But I'm assuming that Steam is... It's probably going to be a Steam purchase. I have no idea, but probably. Every crafting skill, yes, you can level up every crafts, and it's like, it's very short. You can literally just spam the level 1 craft and reach max level. I think the move is to buy cheapest or second fallest pack and less inventory. I mean, yeah, like if you have a certain budget that you want to spend in terms of like between the sub, early access, so on and so forth, the money is definitely better spent on grabbing more months of subs or battle passes or stuff like that, rather than just buying the final pack to get the extra skins. Cleric is one raid that I think was good, I don't know. I don't think it was ruined by 10 men. I think it's just the power creep in general, you know. It became easier because of power creep, which is it's just natural. How much does this have in euros? I don't think we have the price in euros. It's probably going to be like 13 euro. Assuming it's adjusted to local currency, right? But I'm pretty sure the Founders Pack have adjusted price, right? Based on currency, so... How people who doesn't even know the mechanic, they just form 900k 10 men just full... I mean, that's... The thing is, like, Kisan, that's just what happens. Like, you know, new expansion, high level, like the old raid is getting power crept. That's pretty, you know, run of the mill. It's just that right now we don't have a raid for the current power level. That's the thing that sucks. Okay. I'm not quite 2.5, so I guess I'll do the 2k Ascension trial for this week. That's fine. How hard do you think it is going to be to craft the 5 golden accessories on start? It's going to be pretty simple, as long as you know what you're doing. Like, if you set up your ults early on, and you know what you're going for, it's going to be pretty simple. Like, the main reliance is going to be on people making and selling the artisan gold, like the artisan gold base, right? That you need one of each. But getting the rest of the materials is going to be very simple. Like, within the first week, you're going to have enough material. And then after that, it's going to be all about getting the artisan bases. And that's where the Kina is going to come in, to buy from the other players. Well, yeah. What's David campaign supply bound contain? AION2? I think they have a description of what it contains on the website. I think it's literally just like fucking 5 redstones, a couple of scrolls, like fucking 50 potions. It's dog shit. It's NPC dog shit, basically. Hello, Castle. I mean, Cleric is definitely good for that build, especially in solo content. Pretty chill for that. This character is not quite that power-wise. Gotta be honest. I mean, whatever. Let's get this done, and then next week I'll have this character set up for like 2.5. I'm probably gonna push every character to 3k. Just some baseline, get some arcanas. Also use them as corridor ults. Just to check out the new stuff on the 28th. Do you play with an MMO mouse? Yeah, I do. I have a Corsair Scimitar. The 12 button one. Do ults help your main? Yes, they do. To a different extent, depending on what you're doing and depending on the state of the game. And if you're curious about it, bolts, I have a video on my YouTube channel that goes over everything that ults get you and like how much you invest into them and how much you play them relative to your main and so on and so forth.
Only the final try proceed.
I mean, that being said, I have a scimitar mouse, but I'm using like 3 buttons on it right now on this game because, you know. You know. Doing the funny haha gladiator overhead slam thing. Yeah, I got overhead slam to 16, so I can actually spam it now. Okay, I think I need more. Yeah, I mean, the thing cast form is, in general, I think the 12 buttons ones are like usually too much because some of the buttons are like a bit awkward to use. My favorite mice in terms of the MMO mouse were the Naga Hex with the 6 buttons, like in a circle around your thumb. I love that. But unfortunately, Razor is a piece of garbage. So I had to move on to Corsair. And no other company does the 6 button layout, so yeah. Did someone say overhead slam? Yeah, I'm doing the funny haha thing. Do those break easily? Yeah. I mean, I've only had one of my scimitar like fail me after 6 months. The other ones are usually like durable for a couple of years. Oh, the Naga one? Oh, right, yeah. The fucking Razer products are just... It's just plastic garbage, and then the software is like the worst thing you've ever seen in your fucking life. But it's green and it has funny lights, so it's okay. Yeah, Logitech is pretty good, but Logitech, like... I've just never gotten around to trying one of their like gaming mice. And thanks for a follow, even. And like, I'm pretty satisfied with Corsair. It's the only thing is IQ is like not great as a piece of software, but yeah. And like the thing is, I'm also using a Corsair keyboard, right? So you're just using the same piece of software for both. It's just more simple. TBH. And bring a few years, yeah. Well, I guess in the last 3 years, just the most comfortable for me, so I cannot change anymore. I mean, I get that. Like, I was stuck with the Naga Hex for like a long time as well, but it just got fucking exhausting, man. Like, you use these mice for like 2 months, and then they start double clicking, and the fucking scroll wheel starts to break down, and then one day the mouse just doesn't fucking turn on anymore. Steel Series? I've heard some nice things about Steel Series, yeah.
Only the fine proceed towards
Paper, yeah. If you're clicking a lot, get the Logitech Super Strike. Yeah. I mean, right now, like, I have a pretty new scimitar, so I'm gonna stick with that, but, you know, maybe I'll look into Logitech one day. Saboteur? Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just the convenience of having the software for everything. Because, like, I also have Corsair, like, RAM and everything. So just managing everything from IQ is just convenient. That's honestly the main thing. Logic software is god awful. Well, the duality of man. The grass is always greener, I guess. Hate IQ. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of IQ as well. Like IQ has done some weird shit to like for me. Change the way low dungeon generate and Balkina. Yeah. I mean they will. They have to, right? Otherwise the economy is never gonna get kick-started, right? The 1, 2, and 3-star dungeons are gonna give Unbound Kina on global. Wouldn't make any sense otherwise. Gather Ranger if I'm focusing PvE, both playstyles are appealing. I mean, one is range, one is melee. One is a tank, one is a purely dedicated DPS, right? So you have to look at the archetype as well. But both are good. Like, okay, Gladiator is a really fucking strong class. It's one of the strongest classes for PvP as well. But the main thing is that Gladiator is not great for ZVZ. So if you care about doing large-scale PvP, then Gladiator is not the best for that. Whereas Ranger is not necessarily the best at everything, but it's really good at everything, right? It's really good and convenient for everything. And it's like the king for farming trash. It's really, really good in ZVZ. It's good for every scenarios in PvP, right? So yeah. It depends on the archetype and what you care about. Every 6 months old, IQ will uninstall itself. I had the thing where IQ just was gone from my PC, but I could not uninstall it to reinstall it, right? Like trying to reinstall it prompted me that it was already installed, and uninstalling it said that the path was missing. So I had to, it was a pain in the ass to get it to work again. IQ is a dog shit. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of IQ. Remember that issue? Yeah. I also had a lot of problems when my PC was... Before I upgraded my PC, anytime my CPU would spike a bit, my IQ would bug. And, okay. When I played AION2, I had turbo macros for some buttons, right? And when my IQ would bug, it would get stuck on one of my turbo macro. Even if I unplugged the keyboard and the mouse, it would keep spamming the button, which would make my PC like unusable. If my CPU spiked too much, the IQ would crash, and it would just like hold down the macro. Like that shit was obnoxious as well. Let's see. Is there a substantial progression to AFK farm mobs as opposed to not doing so? Would be making no progress much more. A substantial progression to AFK farm mobs, not doing so. Mostly, I mean, I guess if you mean in terms of like how useful it is, there is some use to it, especially early on when it comes to farming for Genius Insight, right? If you want to min-max your Genius faster, that is definitely something that you're gonna be wanting to do. But it honestly doesn't have anything to do with ults. Like ults don't really do the farming, you just do that on your main. Perfect chance. Any thoughts on the BAM to work on that bot? I don't know what to do with this information. I'm gonna be dead ass with you. That was a bit of a fucking wild card. They just said that shit. I was like, oh, okay. And thanks for follow Abimoto and Idrung. It's like, right. People have a certain interest in AION2. That's for sure. What's the point in ults then? For sure, I have a video on my YouTube channel that I recently made that goes over everything that ults provide to you, both right now and most likely on global. And how much you invest into them, how much time you play them relative to your main, and so on and so forth. So I would recommend taking a look at that, potentially. W videos, I'm glad they are actually liking. And there's more where that came from. It's going to be a busy 2 months for me. Which system will be available or not available on global version? Is the stuff here so complicated? I'm going to be making an update. I mean, I have a complete system and content overview on my YouTube channel. It's not completely up to date, but most of it is going to be stuff that's going to be relevant to global, if you're curious. Okay, let me think for a second. So I did this. This is not urgent. Okay, I did this. All right, let me go through all of my characters, double check my weekly stuff, and then I guess we'll see what we do with the last half hour. Field group play, get their favors. There's some horizontal progression stuff that you do on your ult that you can really only get by doing them on your ult, realistically. And especially early on, there's gonna be like you're gonna be able to run dungeons to fill resources, so on and so forth, but like the goalpost is going to slightly shift over time, basically. Like the use for ults and the amount of time you spend into them and how you handle them is going to slightly shift depending on the state of the game. Exclamation mark ults command. I guess, yeah. I guess I could be putting my guides behind commands as well. Okay, I'm done with that. Make sure. Double check this as well. I haven't done my... Oh, fuck. I haven't done this. Shit. Yeah. It's so good in PvP 1v1 and mass PvP. Yeah. It's in a pretty good state right now. Work on the bots game is really global. Yeah, apparently. Is it worth to spend Kina in the shop for more dungeon runs? Yeah, it is. You will always get more Kina back than what you spent from doing that. So yeah, it is. Sorry, this weird and random question. Is it a bad idea to start playing AION on a Steam account that was once flagged by another KMMO? Well, that's a question. It probably doesn't matter. I don't know. Like, it probably doesn't matter though. Okay, let me just double check whether I've done my Ascension trial and everything, and then I guess I'll do the Abyss weekly to finish up. Are you planning to spend how important is ults? Are you planning to spend how important is ults? Okay. I think this question is maybe incomplete. Just Talk RMT? I mean, it's a different company, right? So I don't see why it would impact you. This character's fine. Well, I guess I'll do a full checkup. I think I've done everything, but just to make sure. It would be nice to be able to check. Okay, you know what would be nice, chat? It would be nice if I load into the game, first of all. Okay, here we go. It would be nice, like, if when you open this window, right, you can click like a button next to the character, right? And then when you click that button, it shows like how much energy you have left and like all of the tickets for all of the content that you have available on this character. That'd be nice. This character's done too. Is Temple actually seeked in PvE or tank in general? Gatekeep is topic and DPS has the less gatekeep. Yeah, tanks are in a great position right now. Tanks are excellent. Does pay to play affect labor? Do you need to do an ults? I mean, you can swipe to get Kina to not run dungeons on your ults, but if you do that, you're also going to lose the side effect of doing dungeons or ults, gearing them incidentally to get them into corridors, right? So, like, my genuine recommendation with this game is that the way this game is set up, you just want to fucking play the game, right? Huge QL for sure, yeah, I would like that. They mentioned Nintendo in Steam, right? It's coming. I think they mentioned the energy. I don't know about the ticket stuff though, but that would be nice, yeah. That would be nice. Okay, well, everything is done, so I guess I'm doing the Abyss weekly on this character. Is it possible to have a Channer or Cleric build that is both viable in PvP and PvE? No. You're never gonna have, you're gonna be able to have that on any class. With that said, can you do PvP with your PvE gear as long as you're just doing like ZVZ and stuff like that? Yeah. And in fact, most sieges you're gonna be doing in PvE, right? So it depends, right? It's also about the fact, if you want to do PvP quote-unquote seriously, like Abyss roaming, arena, stuff like that, you're gonna need to have separate setups. Otherwise, you can just like run around with your PvE setup and get all your PvP weeklies and medals and sieges and so on and so forth done just fine. I don't really understand Abyss and why people farm it. And what is that, 4 different Abyss tiers? It's just different areas. Quote-unquote like different level brackets for them, right? And you farm Abyss because you have weeklies in them, and there's multiple like activities you do in there. Like sieges and world bosses are going to be giving you medals. Grinding monsters will be giving you Kina and potential stones, as well as completing weekly contracts and missions, right? Would you recommend a template on an ult that funnel resources to main? You can play any class on ults. Like the only thing that you kind of want to look at is if you're going to be running dungeons on an ult, it may be a bit easier to get into groups, considering you don't want to invest immediate resources into your ults, right? So it's a bit easier to get into groups with a uninvested character if it's a support, right? That's really the only thing you want to look at. Alright. That's 30 minutes. Maintenance is at 11:30 p.m. like always. It's in 30 minutes, I'm pretty sure, no? Is it possible to sell dungeon gear on auction house? No. So, you can get dungeon gear as BOE on the boss, but it's very rare. Like, the one that you get from the chest is bound to your character. What about the portals in the Abyss? Yeah, corridors as well. Like, corridors are tied to sieges. It's... like, those you found to get uncapped AP. Like, out of cap AP. I like you guys a lot. I'm from Russia and my English is not very good. You're speaking too fast. You can change yourself and try to be a little bit slower. I mean, okay. Amadeus, I get that. You're not the only one that have said that, and I have tried to slow down a bit. What I would recommend is you can either slow down the playback, or you can put put up the closed captions. Because I do have closed captions enabled, and they are like 90% accurate. I don't know, Vanda. Is it better to play only one class, same class for ults? It doesn't make a difference. How's your day? I'm doing alright. I've heard that PvE is basically DPS build for every single class. Is there any value to being a healing build cleric or channer? Is there any content that needs healing focus? The thing is, there's nothing you can build for to make your healing better, right? And your healing scales off of your attack as well. So if you build for offense, inherently you're gonna get better healing. I've been watching videos and really want to start off strong, especially with the 5 days head start. Any advice? I'm gonna be making, like close to the global, I'll be releasing like early steps videos, like early progression guides. But I'm waiting a bit, like I'm waiting for the game to have more information on the version we are getting, and for the game to not be getting like, to not be in the middle of a fucking overhaul for once before releasing those. So that's gonna be like, I'm gonna be releasing that like probably on the second half of September. You want class? No. all of the equipment is bound to character, and all of the systems that are like shared across characters are not necessarily very class dependent. 1 to 1 kickstart OBS. Yo, Mr. Streamer, will you go to Gamescom and say hi to an NTA friend? Nope. Are there any macro educational video? So IU, I'm not going to be making one of those because they literally just announced that they are going to overhaul classes in 2 weeks. And that includes like making macros less centric. So I'm not going to be releasing any of those types of videos. The attack stat contributes more to your healing than your healing bonus stats. That's surprising. It's a bit more complicated than that. It's just that the baseline value of your heals combined with the upscaling of the attack stat makes it so you already heal enough by just building for offense. And thanks for follow Reborn, as well as Amadeus. Any guide for classes been built for Ranger Guider hard because your main is a healer? I could be making build guides for every class because I inherently understand every class, right? And Reborn, thanks for the prime. Very cool. I enjoy the emotes. But the thing is that they are changing classes too fast. Like making focused guides for each class is just not interesting right now because they keep changing everything. And they literally today they announced that in 2 weeks they're going to be overhauling every class, right? So I rather focus on more broad subjects that just like basically teaches you what to look out for so you can build for yourself, right? I'm gonna be making like entry-level class introduction videos, right? Close to the global, right? I'm gonna be making those, but outright guides, which is like this is how you build, this is how you set up your macros, so on and so forth. I'm not gonna be making those. I would rather make content that just gives you the keys to understand why you're building this way. And then you can just logic your way into it, right? How do you choose a class if they constantly do overhauls? I mean, you just stick with an archetype. That's the thing. The archetype is the thing that doesn't change. Like tank healer DPS, range melee, right? But what if I'm stupid? Oh, you can go on Reddit then. I'm sure they're gonna have plenty of guys there that are gonna be like, you know, within your reach, I suppose. Like basically pick your poison between anything that is like, you know, open MMO community stuff, like whether it's Reddit or Twitter or, you know, community discords or whatever. Like, yeah, pick your poison. I feel personally attacked. I mean, hey, no hate to the people who go to Reddit. I'm just saying that it's not a good place to be getting any like valuable information. Do we really need to be afraid to be able or not to do pay to win or inject money to choose a class? Honestly, genuinely, is the game pay to win? Yeah, but you should not be giving a shit about it. Inherently, it's not going to impact your life as long as you don't let it. Like, as long as you don't get into your own head where you're like, oh my god, this guy has like slightly better gear than me because, you know, he swiped to get better enhancement and he's clearing the dungeon 3 seconds faster than me. As long as you don't give a shit about that, nothing else is gonna matter because the game doesn't gatekeep you behind swiping. Make a few different classes will be like Lost Ark or be different in the sense of having to play ults. You don't have to make different classes. Like, if you're making ults, you can do whatever the fuck you want with your ults. It doesn't matter. I've seen your guide for PvP build. That's nice, actually, when I follow on Global. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's still going to be fully relevant for Global, but I'll be updating shit based on what happens. Pay to win faster, is this correct? You're just... I mean, just to give you the full picture of how the swiping in this game, it's basically legal RMT, right? So you're giving premium currency to other players and they give you the in-game currency instead. And the in-game currency gets you enhancement materials as well as crafted equipment, right? And thanks for the follow with Arrow Gaming. So this is the shit that you can buy, right? But ultimately, in terms of your actual progression, if you just play the game, which... Just to give you a brief order of business, like let's say you're a run-of-the-mill player that is like, that wants to do all of the content, you know, PvE, PvP, raids, etc., and you want to stay up to date, on a week-to-week basis, right? You want to run everything. You want to be able to do all of the content as soon as it comes out. You want to do like PvP content, like, you know, do sieges, etc., etc. Your main character, you're going to be playing around 10 to 12 hours a week to do everything. All of your weeklies, all of your raids, all of your dungeons, right? All of that, right? And then additionally, if you want to juice more to be able to, you know, be able to upkeep both PvE and PvP sets and so on and so forth, you're going to be playing around 7 hours of ults, right? Extending on both sides a little bit depending on the state of the game and how much you're pushing, up to around 24 hours, like between 20 to 25 hours a week combined, right? And if you just do that, you're going to be doing everything and you'll be able to experience everything on day one. Are people going to be able to swipe to progress a bit faster and to be slightly juiced than you, more juiced than you, and do a bit more DPS? Yes, they will be able to do that. But they're not going to be able to access shit that you won't be able to access. Nor clear it faster or anything. You can technically buy skins without real money if you exchange currency. Yes and no, some skins are purely... if you mean the cash shop cosmetics, right? Some of them are available with premium currency, some of them are direct purchase, at least in Korea. I don't know if it's going to be the case on global, but yeah. How is Cleric? Cleric is great. The only place where Cleric is a bit of a stinker is 1v1 PvP. Do your own thing and you'll be just fine? Exactly. It's all about not getting into your own head about, you know... I mean, this is just life in general. This is life, this is every MMO, this is everything. Just focus on your own shit and just have fun. Oh, but my competitiveness... What competitiveness? What competitiveness? You're gonna be able to clear the raids on week 1 if you just keep up with the game. What competitiveness? Oh, but the 1v1 arena rankings... You mean the shit that no one does because it doesn't give you anything? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just focus on having fun, and plenty of fun will be had. Oh, but this guy cleared the nightmare fight 5 seconds faster. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit, grow up. You're 35 years old. Please. The only moment you'll really be incentivized to pay to win is if you extend a break from the game. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the other thing, right? This is the other thing. Let's say like you pick up the game in the middle of season where the catch-up mechanic, because they keep introducing catch-up mechanics to try and get you to the like up to date, right? But you know, if you're like coming in mid-season and stuff like that, or like late into the season, maybe you're gonna be a bit behind, and in order to reach the latest raid, you would have to grind for like 2-3 weeks, right? If you want to skip that, you can swipe for that. Or if you're the type of guy that is like a fucking, I don't know, the fucking CEO of cringe, like, I don't know, that is like working 18 hours a day, that has 3 wives, 15 Labrador dogs, that can only afford to play 3 minutes a day, but you absolutely want to be able to do raids, right? Then swiping is going to be good for you on that, in that scenario, right? But otherwise, bro, like, genuinely. 15 minutes, yeah. I'm just trying to get this weekly done before then, because I forgot. But my ego, if I can't one-tap someone as an assassin in Biz... The funny thing is, you're going to be able to do that, even without swiping, because ultimately, the thing with PvP is that, is swiping relevant early on for PvP? Yes. Long-term, the big difference maker is going to be like how diligent you are with your metal farming, as well as your potential stone farming. These are going to be the difference makers. And you can't buy, like, it's impossible to buy either, right? We need to join a group before the level 22 dungeons. You don't even need to join a group for the MSQ dungeons in general. By now you can buy medals. I'm talking about global. And even though you can buy medals right now, like, you still need to farm potential, and you realistically will not be able to buy fucking 1,000 platinum medals. You know what I mean? You want catch-up stuff? Yeah. I mean, as I said, the current catch-up mechanic they have in the game, and I cannot stress this enough, if you sub to the game and you get the catch-up mechanic that is free, it's going to give you enough horizontal progression and gear and everything in between to be able to do the latest raid, Clerics. You're gonna be able to do the growth mechanic, and right out of it, no further requirements. You have enough to do Clerics normal mode. Oh no, you're bullshitting. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Is Cleric really present in game? Oh no, plenty of people play Cleric. It's a pretty popular class. How does it compare? You mean Cleric? It has some of the same things, right? It's easier. I would say it's easier. It's more plug and play. Like the class focuses more on doing DPS and PvE, and the healing aspect is much simpler. But a lot of stuff is going to feel familiar. What's the least popular class? The least played class is probably SM, like outside of bots. Not because the class is bad, but just because it's, yeah, it's just not an archetype that people like, even though the class is actually really good. Less spamming heals since DPS equal heals. The healing, okay, your healing kit as a cleric is incredibly powerful. Like, you don't need to heal much to top people off. And the healing is very plug and play, in the sense that all of your heals are either AoE, they tick automatically, or they automatically target the lowest health party member, right? So you just have to make sure to be in range, and then you just press the healing button to heal party members. What do you think about the change with healing scaling? I don't think anything until I've played it. I don't think it's going to change much, though. Like, I think maybe it's going to make Chanter healing a bit more powerful, but we'll have to see how the scaling works. With your ranger, yeah. And that's with shit ping. You still bubble? You don't really use Usteel most of the time in PvE. In PvP, yeah, in PvE, like in early prog, sometimes you do. Like, it was nice in early Caldric's HM prog for RGB2, but yeah, that's about it. Other than that, like, Benevolence is your bread and butter. Like, you just drop Benevolence, and then you don't have to heal for like 30 seconds. And then you have Radiant Recovery. It's an insta-cast that does AoE and heals like the group to full and also dispels them. And then you have Healing Light that is like fairly spammable and automatically heals the lowest health target as well as yourself. Like, yeah, healing is very easy in this game. Very chill. Wasn't using macro or something? I mean, I think it was just new to the fight. Also, I kept a bunch of energy chat on my main. We're gonna be spamming the shit out of the new dungeons next week. I also need to get guides out for both, like ASAP. Tomorrow, you know what I mean. Skeptical about macros. The game is very macro centric right now, but today during the dev livestream they said that they want to move a bit away from it, not completely, but they are basically planning a class overhaul at the end of the month. To like change how classes play. So yeah, what dungeon runs? I mean, my lobbies are always open. Yeah, we'll see what they have in mind. I don't think the game is going to change that drastically, but I could be wrong. Get rid of condemnation reset. I do think the spammable prog button is gonna be something that's going to disappear. I do think so. In skills on the macro, they're not gonna get rid of macros, but what they said is they want more contextual buttons to be pressed and the skills to be more timing reliant, like whatever the fuck that means. So there's more like human input into the order in which you choose to use skills. So we'll see what that means, I guess, at the end of the month. And I mean, if people don't like it, they're probably just going to revert it. All right, so okay, 700 more mobs. Can I do it in 10 minutes? Maybe not. By 200k than Taiwan, Korea. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, again, I've been saying this, but to clear Cleric's normal mode, 400k combat power is enough. To kill hard mode, 550k is more than enough, right? But then people ask for fucking 900k. It's just because they don't want to do mechanics. Like, that's all there is to it. Oh, second soak phase? Yeah, people just don't want to do mechanics. Like, all of the content in this game is, like, very accessible when you're not fucking stupid. Like, the combat power gatekeeping on Taiwan is insane. Like, bro, I'm getting kicked out of fucking Fallen Davis Citadel lobbies on my Cleric, bro. Like, dude. I'm like 860k in PvE. New character is such a pain. I mean, you can go around. Okay, the thing is, if you make a new character and you make your own lobbies and you don't gatekeep like a retard, like, you're gonna be... It's very easy to make lobbies for anything. Like, I mean, you guys saw it firsthand on my Ranger. You guys saw it firsthand. I'm able to do fucking stage 4 Chromede at 450k on my Ranger, no problems, right? I'm able to go into Clerics, no problem. Like, the way people behave on Taiwan is just completely unhinged. It's insane. I don't want to build Cleric and AION2 like Madison's and substats. Just damage. Like, Quakecat, when it comes to PvE, I do have a video that, I mean, that is literally pinned on top of the chat on Twitch. If you want to give it a look. Every class pretty much build around those exact rules. And when it comes to PvP, most Clerics lean into like the defensive side, because offensive Cleric in 1v1 kinda doesn't work anyway, so. But building like around block, HP, status effect resists is typically preferred. On parties, yeah, exactly. Like, if you make your own groups and you're not stupid about the combat power requirements, people will join you and you'll kill the content just fine. Are you going to speedrun the dungeon? No. Right? No. But you're gonna be able to farm just fine. And ultimately, even if you're taking quote-unquote long to clear the dungeons, at most it's gonna be 10 minutes. It's nothing. Like, again, I was in the Fallen Davis Citadel group on my Cleric that was literally speedrunning the dungeon in like 4 minutes, right? Skipping all of the mechanics on the last boss, and they decided to kick me because they wanted to clear it 20 seconds faster. It's like, the time it took them to recruit another Cleric probably took them more time than just continuing with me and emptying out all of their energy, right? Like, that's the funny part. It's just people are unhinged on Taiwan, dude. That's dark. If you're a leader, you kind of want to do the side reel, but in this game just have zero responsibility, just make a lobby. Yeah. Which is why, like, every time people come to my chat and they're like, oh my god, I dropped Taiwan because it's impossible to get into a group, yada yada. Bro, just make your own group. Oh, but you say that because you're a healer. I literally just made literally just made a Ranger, and I was able to go through everything with super low combat power. Just make your own groups. Cleric farm with 800k combat power is kicked from a normal moose build group. Yeah. Just unhinged, really. Is that video for Cleric? It's for every class, because every class builds... Every class follows the same logic when it comes to building in PvE. So what is true for one class in this video is true for every class. What if only deranged degenerates join my group? I mean, trust me, I've cleared content with like full foreigners, 200 ping people, right? Or if you mean like the gatekeepers, I mean, they're not gonna be able to kick anyone, so I guess they'll just have to endure it. What keys do you use for your skills during PvP? I mean, do you mean like actual physical keybinds or like skills? Video so good, I wrote down everything. Thanks. Appreciate the glazing. Please continue. Is PvE even challenging then? I wouldn't say the PvE in this game is particularly hard. I think it hits the sweet spot when it comes to the day-to-day content, where it's not brain dead, but it's not overly difficult either. And the raiding content is like... The raiding content is like very competent. It's been ramping up in difficulty, like they're doing some interesting stuff with the mechanics. And there is definitely prog involved, but it's not like Lost Ark level yet. But it's competent, it's fun, and it's, you know, overall it's good. Can I finish my weekly with the rematch is happening? The rematch is happening today, and we are getting matched against the weaker server, so hopefully it's going to be better. That's it for the photo catcher. Can follow basic mechs in another game. I mean, bro, people are complaining that the game is too hard on AION2 already, you know? At the end of the day, I don't think you can please everyone, but I think AION2 hits like a nice sweet spot with its content difficulty. Although I do hope we will be getting harder content on the higher end. Better rocks, huh? Ban Akiran, Ilios filth. Yo, Akiran, redeem the Ilios banner, quick. Show them. People are such casuals that want illusion of challenge and all the reward, yeah. I know, right? I mean, honestly, like, I gotta say, when it comes to the PvE in AION2, what we don't get in terms of content difficulty on the easier stuff, we get in terms of, like, satisfaction of character progression, right? Like, I've never quite played a game that rewards you this well throughout all of its content types. You know what I mean? It's just satisfactory to be running shit and getting loot. Because like every single little bit of stuff that you do just gets you character progression. Like meaningful, tangible character progression, right? Like it's really satisfactory. Can I show you a ranger macro? Well, not right now because the game is about to go down. But I can post it after the servers co-op. Although macros are about to change like in 2 weeks, so... Today's live stream was good. It was a good one, yeah. It's announcing some exciting stuff. Like, again, between this week's patch with the content, like the big patch on the 28th, Gamescom, like the raid next month, like we're gonna have a very full next 2 months. Second half more will give us. I was low-key expecting it to come with this week, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came with chapter 2. Like, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if it came alongside Thankful, so early next month. And thanks for the follow, Fishy. Not doping enough damage. I mean, if you have high ping, you will never deal satisfying damage, unfortunately, but... I mean, ranger macroing is pretty, you know, it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, I can share it later. Okay, 28, where I'm at. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this. I'm like 200 mobs away and I have 2 minutes. That's anything with the best news? Yeah, we'll have to wait and see exactly what they meant by that. Didn't want to NCO was going to put in front of the game. 3 seasons later, I gotta say they're pretty good so far. Yeah, for real. For real. Good long term, yeah. This game is definitely gonna be a solid one. As long as they keep going the path they have been taking, and as long as they keep doing what they've been doing, in terms of like, you know, the content balance and everything, yeah, this is gonna be a long one, like a long living one, for sure. Last 2 minutes, yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to finish this weekly. Oh well, it's at least I got most of the medals, I guess. Better rosters. Did you do them already? Yeah. I picked up the ones that I got right now. Against Goblin Launch. I mean, people are mad about everything around the entire world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they're gonna keep fucking playing. They're just gonna be yelling at clouds. How far was I? Okay, well, I'm only missing the last one. Not too bad, not too bad. Let me find the thing. Oh wait, we gotta hold on. Alright, there we go. Oh my god, the game is down. What am I going to do? Yo, ditto, dude. Alright, let me grab a quick sip of water and then let's get right into it. How big is it? Ooh, okay, well, it's a long page. Alright, full screen. Damn. Alright, I'll post it in chat if you want to check it yourself, and we're gonna go through this together. Alright, let's see. Content and system, new expedition, corrupted Deus research base, normal hard. So hard mode is gonna be 4500, yeah, so it's the same requirements as the existing one, probably gonna be like similar difficulty. I do hope they put in the extra effort compared to the fucking Hornden, because the Hornden Transcendence sucked mega dick, right? So hopefully this one is gonna be a bit better. I like it when we hold hands while reading the patch note. Oh, I'm sure you do. Transcendence, same difficulty as the current one. You obtain the dice and lantern, which I believe it's the dice that has a smite and perfect as a stat, right? Yeah, that's gonna be, and the other one has fucking status effect resist or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna be spending a lot of time farming these for sure. Also, set effects are going to be another interesting part of it. I need to look at exactly what I want to do in terms of set effects. I mean, I'm going to grab the 2-piece of the other one, right? For PvE anyways, but for PvP, you're going to be able to grab more. Arena Battlegrounds, matching the current Battlegrounds here from regardless of race. Okay, so co-op arenas and BGs, cross-race now, cross-faction, easier queues. And you're only going to be able to queue solo or with 5 people. And if you queue with 5 people, it's only going to get matched against another pre-made. And if you queue solo, you're only going to get matched against pugs. And the class balance between the two teams, if you just pug queue, is going to be better. So hopefully no more one side has 4 clerics, the other one has none, and all 4 clerics are in the same group type shit. So it should be much better in terms of the queuing experience for the BGs. Co-op arena? Nah, I think they added that to the regular co-op as well, for the cross-faction stuff. And if you AFK in the BG now, you're gonna get kicked and get a penalty. All right, new building stuff. It's gonna be the new Nemesis accessories, of course. Accessory engrave, yeah. New Abyss equipment. Added to the Abyss shop. Okay, so they're also adding the Abyss equivalents. You should make it realistic. I think the way BG is set up is fine. Because, I mean, there's no way to just be plug and play. I like, outside of making you pre-select what you want, right? But the problem with pre-selecting is some classes will swap some of their stigmas based on what they get matched with, right? So I think the way it is okay. Mobile is getting UI edit. That's crazy. Production, common priority, toggle button. Isn't that supposed to be a fixed percentage that we already see? Like this is the proc rate, right? Hmm. I know, Impo. Genus Insight. You're gonna be able to automatically re-roll your genus and select. And rigged, thanks for the resub. Wow, 6 months, new badge, very huge. So yeah, for Genus Insight, you're gonna be able to select a stat and a minimum amount that you get, and just automatically re-roll until you get it. So less F pressing, I guess. You can just say smite 1.8% and then send it and go AFK. Sugar Fiesta. Just to change to one of the Sugar games. Abyss. Alright, servant matchmaking changing, which thank God for that. Hopefully Neemon is not gonna be matched against Cringe again. Okay. We'll go over class changes afterwards. Let's do the other stuff. Wardrobes. So you can gamba 30. Okay, you can gamba 30 batches of skins instead of just 10 now. The wardrobe shop and related features will be removed. Current items, brainstorm, and workshop will be moved to the shop events tab. Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah, they're just like consolidating the menus, I guess. Entry cutscene playing removed. Thank God, dude. Best fucking change. We don't have to fucking skip cutscene every time we go into the sugar shop anymore. Alright. So UI update in the sugar shop as well. Yeah, UI overhaul for the sugar store in general. Yeah, that's true, iPony actually. Appearance tab will be added. Clothing, and clothing pre-sale and the wardrobe shop are available for purchase in the appearance tab. Okay, yeah. They're just consolidating all of the skin related stuff into one single appearance tab, which is probably a good thing. Product with a selling price of 0 will be improved to display free and price information. Yeah, that's probably better, because that was a bit confusing for new players. Because like new players saw the growth stuff and they were like, but I need Kuna. So you don't. Actually improves as maintain even okay. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because the transparent map isn't locked anymore every time you relog. So now it's actually going to like keep it in memory. By dragging? Okay, nice. You won't have to go into the UI HUD edit anymore to move the transparent map. And mats and you will probably get higher price by lower later. I would just the thing is, really early on, all of the crafting mats are going to be like dirt cheap because everyone's going to be spamming the same stuff, right? So personally, I'm going to be using my own to craft my own stuff. And I'll sell later. Yeah, so the Fromis 9 collab is over. Expedition and so on and so forth. And in the ending as well. Like the dungeon events type shit. Moheim region. Wait, what? Okay, they're changing this NPC name from Oliver to Ollie, sure. More frequently, okay. W Ollie, hell yeah. Character possesses an inventory space. Yeah, most of those are just like minor stuff. Yeah, you can use your own character's like head on the Fromis 9 collab skins now. Which, whatever. Yeah, you can now disable the pet auto loot if you purchased it, which like, I don't know why you would do that, but okay. Okay, they are changing the minimum boss contribution to be able to open the chest to 5%. So you're gonna need to be doing some damage to open the chest now. Loot them, yeah, probably, yeah. Alright, revisions. Okay. Yeah, that was a bit annoying, so yeah, that's good. Reduced healing received and a reduced HP potion recovery applied upon entering battlefield will be transferred to the base stats applied within the battlefield. Interesting, okay. I mean, it's probably not going to change anything, right? But sure. I bought my head off. Yeah, well, no, it's crazy they still haven't added that, to be honest. Okay, so this is basically unnerfing healing potions in BGs, but still nerfing the heal like regularly, basically. Oh, that was a mistake? Okay, so we're gonna be able to press F when entering Shugo games again. Cool. Unlimited for AION cubes has increased slightly. Whoa, cube buffs, let's go. Okay, we're gonna be able to buy the new accessory crafting mats from Trials. Makes sense. Yeah, that's whatever. Alright, class changes now. We'll see, I guess. I think it doesn't matter because, I don't know. I mean, we have to see. I mean, we're about to see right now, like, some of the details, I guess. Interesting. Interesting, okay. So they are reducing the baseline healing reduction in PvP areas, but they are increasing all of the anti-heal effects to be more, like, to be stronger. Cooldown shock release was not reset, or cooldown reset is fine. Okay. Jesus Christ, man. Okay. Alright, Sword Saints, that's get here, right? Reducing mental power consumption by 20% is removed. That's launch stance, right? Really? Are they moving it somewhere else? I mean, that was mostly to reduce the MP cost of RMB, right? They throw... Yeah, okay. So it's 20%. So they're just moving... Okay. So technically speaking, without anti-heals, you're going to be healing yourself more, but with anti-heals, you're going to be healing yourself less, technically, because it's slightly higher. So it's like whatever, yeah, fair enough. Additional 20% reduction in healing received. Okay, so the specialization, okay, so actually this is quite significant. I guess we have to see with the other classes, but like, that is quite a significant healing debuff. If you buy the Founders Pack, can your friend join you after 5 days? Yes, they will be able to. Yeah, you can dispel anti-heals, yeah. Although if you dispel them with the healing spell that dispels them is getting impacted by it before removing it. Because the debuff is getting applied afterwards. Now, for certain classes, It's going to make healing. It's going to make healing a bit rough because some classes, like Ranger, for example, permanently have the anti-heal up, right? This is a second hit, yeah. So this is the ping stuff. We'll have to see how impactful this is. I think to 20 seconds. Also, additional damage upon hit. Okay, so they're juicing up Runer's Blow's damage, and they're making it so you have to use it less often to refresh the effect. And PV buffs. PV buffs to the less used skills, I guess. I've used more NMB, yeah, I think so. I mean, I think this is, I mean, at the end of the day, most of this doesn't matter because they're going to, like, overhaul most classes on the 28th, right? So this is just, like, step one, basically. I got install from 50 to 60%. Okay, so more anti-heal on the debilitating blow on the Templar, which it's kind of whatever because debilitating blow, you don't really spam too much, right? So it's really easy to just pot it and then not give a shit about Templar's anti-heal. Yeah. Quan Seong, that's Brawler, right? Yeah, I still don't know anything about this guy, so yeah, no. Yeah, no. 120 to 90 seconds, fixed at 10 seconds, rage recovery. Yeah, that's the thing, the teleport thing, right? Reducing healing is increased, yeah, so same thing as the other classes. And the rest is bug fixes. And this is getting changed to like a portion of the amount of damage that you took. Okay. Hello, Newell. I'm doing alright. Alright, Ranger. Buff to the anti-heal, that's it. That's Chenna, right? Damn, fucking Marcheton's Wrath, dude. Oh my god. Chenta is already so hard to deal with as a cleric, dude. You know? That's crazy. Alright, Speed Mantra. So especially when HP is 50% or lower, the recovery amount is changed from 100% to 50%. Health recovery is reduced by 5% to 40% depending on the level. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. But alright. Why do you recommend transfer gold to red items to or just enhance red from base? And thanks for the follow, Quake Cat. You want to get the soulbind situation figured out on like with the hardest soulbind on gold and inherit into orange because the soulbinds are pain in the ass on orange. It's 45 normally. Ah, okay. So it's just a 5% reduction. Okay. I see. Gotcha. And hello, LCSN. Helping Hand of Recovery. Good translation. Higher range. So 5% reduction as well. When 50 to 20%. Proportional to HP for is changed from 10% to 5%. Amplification is removed. High proportional recovery amount for 20. Okay. So because okay, during today's dev live, they have mentioned that they would change the healing formula, right? But this so far only mentions healing nerfs, right? Higher range, okay. Absolution higher range, 20 to 50%. Yeah, the Cleric is getting hit hard as well by the healing nerfs. They are increasing the range of all of the heals. Yeah, all of these are getting increased, like, greatly. But they are nerfing the heals themselves. Okay. Okay. So it's basically just this, right? These are the two changes. They're just removing healing boost, and they're just fully leaning towards attack proportional healing increase, right? %, 30%, 34%. Proportional to attack power. The thing is, right now we have a 10% increase to healing boost based on attack power, right? I'm trying to think. How is this going to impact it proportionally? Because like this is a 20% reduction, right? Because 10 is only 5%. I mean, I guess for recoup, it's a bit more. %. I mean, it makes it sound like it's going to be about the same. Okay. This makes it sound like it's going to be about the same if you are at endgame. But if your character is like fresh, you're going to be doing a lot less healing after this patch. Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to see exactly how it feels, right? Because 34% proportional. I don't know. Okay, the thing is, are they going to keep the other one, like the existing 10%? And thanks for the follow, Marshmallow. 20 to 10. That's interesting. Yeah, like it's getting okay. Healing is getting nerfed across the board, but the range is getting boosted. And healing is basically like changing to reliant on attack. Overall healing buff as well for the 5% nerf. Yeah, it does. It's this one. Basically, like your healing boost passive is getting changed to a proportional like healing boost to your attack power. Yeah. Like basically your baseline healing power is going to be much weaker, but it's going to scale a lot more based off of your attack, right? So the more you build for attack, the better you're going to heal. Now, okay, there is one thing, there's one caveat with that, which is building defensively in PvP. Like, if you build defensively in PvP as a cleric, it means that you're going to be healing for a lot less too, for your group, right? Because, like, you're not going to be running attack. You're not going to be running, yeah, like offensive mana stones and stuff like that. I mean, it's not going to be that bad, I guess. Like, as long as you have a good weapon and guard and you have might, I guess. Getting buff hitting wise 5% at 40%. Recoup is getting nerfed as much as Cleric, which is like the big one, right? Are they fancy buffering? Yeah, I mean, I guess honestly, I'm gonna be honest. This is too many changes, and like this scaling is this scaling sounds a bit weird. So we're gonna have to wait and see exactly how it is. I think the big change is you might want to grab the healing boost passive in PvE now on your passive accessories, right? Like it might actually be good to grab it because your healing power might go down more drastically if you don't have it. We'll have to wait and see, right? Either way, we have 3 slots on Cleric to be rolling it, so it's kind of whatever, but yeah, I mean, wait and see. This could change nothing. I think this is going to hit early game Clerics more. And thanks for the follow, Medzella. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, healing reduction buff on the corrosion. Yeah, all of this is just fixes and then healing reduction buff on Zork. Yeah, we'll see. I do like the range. Yeah, the range is really OP though. Like, I gotta say, like the extra range is kind of insane. Because like, let's say for Cleric's RGB, for example, you're gonna be able to heal your group from fucking anywhere during RGB, right? So that's pretty convenient. But most of the content, it's not going to matter. But yeah, you can stand in Africa and never be hit. Yeah. I can now heal without rendering what I'm healing. Yeah, pretty much. Makes gameplay lazy. I don't disagree. Yeah, like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with this for a couple of days to have a full opinion of it. TBD, alright? TBD. Alright, Magic Castle. Okay, that's the strap. Okay, I guess that's it, right? Like, pretty much the entire patch is just glad buffs and healing changes, question mark. I don't know if it's a buff for glad. I mean, you're getting damage increase, Ruinous Blow, you're gonna have to use less to maintain the buff. And this is allegedly gonna be less ping reliant. Might be a nerf for low ping glad, yeah, but fuck them. In range to attack, yeah, but it's more so about range management in certain fights, like Clerics, for example, is essential, right? It's even a bit difficult to be in range to be able to heal during Clerics. Now it's gonna be automatic now. Definitely healing nerfs. I think on the high end, it's not going to change much. On the low end, definitely, but on the high end, I don't think so. NMB cancel? Maybe. It's toxic as fuck. I mean, I think they want to get rid of the proc skill spam anyways. Like, I'm fully expecting on the 28th, that's the first thing that's gonna have to go, right? Can I have the patch link? You're on YouTube. I don't have a YouTube stream open, but... I mean, if you're on my Discord, it's linked in the AION2 info panel. Attack scanning is going to even that out. It could, because we have so much fucking attack right now. And like, the thing is, Cleric already has a bit of attack scaling on the healing passive, right? The guy asking for it is on YouTube cast form. But I appreciate the effort, you know, A for effort. Like, Cleric already has a bit of attack scaling, and it is quite potent, even though it's not that big, right? So 34% could be fairly meaningful. Like, the main thing I see is that this passive specifically could be more stonks, right? Like, you're already rolling it on your passive accessories in PvP, you might also be doing this in PvE. Come to Twitch chat to see it. True. Yeah, Twitch is better than YouTube because you can redeem dumb shit to change the avatar's appearance and have a banner with your name in it. Clearly. We don't know how hard it's gonna scale, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think it's not going to... I think overall, in terms of the healing amounts, it's probably gonna be about the same. And I think the range is gonna be a buff overall. So, it's, yeah, again, it's just going to be early game Cleric and Channer are gonna feel a bit weaker on the healing, which they already kind of did anyways, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Pinch Shadow for PvP, yeah. I mean, it's also for PvE though. It's 100% also for PvE. Life harder for Templars in PvP. How so? Hello, Pojo. Scaling PvP damage reduction and such. Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, like the fucking like class power creep in season 1 is gonna be crazy anyways. But then again, Akiran, season 1 Cleric had spammable healing light, so there's that. It doesn't have heal debuff. Templar does have a healing debuff, it's just that it's very easy to play around because Templar doesn't have many debuffs, so you can, and the healing reduction debuff is like a 10-second cooldown. So typically, when a Templar uses debilitating smash, you can just pop the healing reduction to then heal yourself. That NB is just trash. I mean, I don't think next week is going to have any changes, considering on the 28th they're going to be like major class overhaul. I think next week is not going to change much. Maybe it's going to like shift some of the healing stuff a bit based on feedback, but I think next week is going to be a nothing patch. One hit sender status effect resist? Yeah. 5%. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some testing, like, before, because, okay, here's the thing, chat. I'm gonna be making a patch note video as usual. I'm gonna be logging on and doing some tests just to have like a surface understanding, because I have in mind how much I was healing before this patch, right? So I'll do some tests like with gear, without gear, and just like give a first impression on it, I guess, in the patch notes video. What they have planned, yeah, for sure. Not much to go off now. Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to let them cook, right? At the end of the day, at the end of the day, chat, if I have to be 100% honest with you, I do think Cleric's healing kit across the board is too strong. So even if this is enough, it's not that big of a deal. Because you already barely use your entire healing kit because of how incredibly powerful it is. They touched max HP ratio? I mean, yeah, but this could offset it. You know what I mean? Maybe passive scale? Yeah. It's like, again, the current attack percent scaling on the Cleric healing amplification does scale pretty heavily. It is pretty strong. Nothing at that 40-meter range, I would have no issues. Yeah, exactly. Like, even if we do lose a bit of healing power, ultimately, we already have so much fucking healing power anyways that it doesn't matter, right? Especially in PvE. Like, in PvE, you don't even fucking suck at healing skills because just the baseline ones are too much, and then Benevolence covers, like, the holes, right? So, yeah. My main concern is Channer. Like, Channer is honestly my main concern because I'm already of the opinion that Channer should have a bit more healing, like a bit more healing tools, especially in PvE, as it stands. Like, based on the way they are currently designing the healing classes, I think Channer should be able to heal a bit more. Data, yeah. Channer getting hotfix tomorrow. Meh. I mean, Zoai, hear me out, right? In the current state of Chapter 1, Cleric is just better for the most part. Like, you're not upset about having a Channer, but if you have to pick a single support to have in your group, Cleric is just better because the baseline healing kit on Cleric is just straight up, it's just straight up more plug and play. Like, it's already self-sufficient. Channer's healing kit, you do run into situations where you don't have heals anymore, right? Like, I do think Channer could be using one more healing button. Like, Channer is missing some sort of healing light equivalent. Yeah. Like, maybe not as powerful, but something, right? Channer is not a healer. Channer is categorized as a healer. The same way that Gladiator is categorized as a tank, right? Yeah, it is. Like, Channer is meant to be able to, you know, take the healer role, which it can, right? It's just that for raids, you're never going to be picking a Channer as your sole support. You can, but you're going to have a harder time than if you had a Cleric, right? Which I don't know if this is what they want, but yeah. Because, like, on the flip side, if you pick a Gladiator as your sole tank in a raid, you're completely fine with that. Like, yes, Templar is a bit better because it provides mitigation to the group, but having a Gladiator as the sole tank, like, he's gonna be doing the same job. He's gonna be tanking the fucking mob, right? Yeah, and also they also gave Cleric unique buffs, right? So both classes have very similar buffs now, and both provide their own load of unique stuff. So I do think Chenner could have a bit more healing. Yeah, exactly. Like, Chenner has 1 healing spell baseline, where Cleric has 3. I mean, I guess if you count Sprint Mantra as your light of regen equivalent, it's really just like a healing light of sorts that is missing. Even if it's not as powerful, I think it would be nice. Because, like, basically, if you want to fill in a slot as a... Okay, it's either they do that or they make Authority not dog shit, because Chandler has a group shield that is actually pretty nice, but it has such a long fucking cooldown. Like, I feel they need to reduce the cooldown on that shield, like, drastically. Chanto is better than Cleric. Depends on the scenario. Like, if you want to support in your group, Cleric is overall the better pick. Chanto is a bit better when it comes to fighting in 1v1 specifically, right? And just like killing people in general. But from a support perspective, like, Cleric is just the ultimate support, right? Added more heals to Channer, we would go back to square one. Where you take the Channer? I mean, I don't know. It's because at the end of the day, they are in a position where, because of predation on Earth's blessing, Cleric is always gonna have a spot, right? Like, the problem right now is you can't take both and it's fine. But if you have to pick one, Cleric just provides very similar buff to Channer, but also provides better healing and a res, whereas Channer barely has the edge on the buffing side. Like, the buffing side is weaker when you consider, like, Path of the Storm versus Earth's Blessing, and it also lacks a bit in healing. How do you create a world where you can take either, and it's not that big of a difference? I mean, it's called homogenization, cast form. That's the thing, right? Which is pretty much what they have been doing with those classes, because if they wanted to go the separate playing style route to begin with, they would not have... both classes would not have similar buffs that share the same buff slot to begin with, right? Right now, it's pretty clear they want both classes to be independent of each other. So in the sense that you're able to pick one or the other and do content, which you already can kind of do, but it still kind of feels like shit to be grabbing a Channer as your sole healer in a raid. Because it doesn't raise, and the healing power cannot really cover for oh shit scenarios, right? Like, it's one of those things where the wealth of resources between Cleric and Channer is too lopsided on both, right? Like, Channer has too many... Cleric has way too many fucking support stigmas. Channer has way too many fucking DPS and buffing stigmas, right? They need to shift some of those. It's hard to make life to protection, defensive aura, and defeated mantra an offensive one. I mean, I don't disagree, Sidios. Like, I personally would have taken a different route, but I think they also want to make it so the ultimate comp doesn't involve both, but they already kind of do, so I don't know. I think they should just bite the bullet and just make both classes more similar. Cleric buffs enhance the healing without PV buff, and make China the mantra bot. Clear difference. Yeah, but then you run into the problem where undefeated mantra is too strong if Cleric doesn't have an equivalent. Doing changes are so weird. Attacking going to be a giga boost. We have to wait and see, Stash. It's a bit hard to tell right now. But, like, to me, I think the current state of Cleric and Channer is fine in terms of their relation to what they do. The only thing I would change is I would remove one of Channer's useless fucking proc skills as a default skill, and I would give it some sort of healing light equivalent. Like, maybe a bit weaker than healing light. It doesn't need to be as strong. But yeah, and I would also make authority a 30-second cooldown. Do you know when they're gonna release Dredgen? They never talked about Dredgen at all. I think the current state is okay. It's just, yeah, it needs to be a bit more even. Like, they need to give Cleric a bit more killing power solo, and they need to give Channer a bit more healing power for group content. Like, I think that's all there is to it. Just make it more homogenized. Just fuck it. Just bite the bullet. But you know, that's like just my opinion, man. At the end of the day, I don't have all of the answers, but that is definitely something I would personally change. Yeah. Alright. Is the update up yet? To see how they feel? Oh, I see. The timing was crazy though. Is there no update button yet? Crazy. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it, right? I think for now it's just I wake up tomorrow, I make the patch notes video, and we go into the new content and see how the healing changes work, right? Why don't we have all the answers? I didn't follow you for nothing, bro. Come on. I have some answers, but I don't pretend for everything I say to be right, because I'm learning every day about this game, you know? Which is why it's nice to have conversations about it. Really take 6 hours? Yeah. I mean, that's the baseline. Maybe it's gonna get extended. Either way, I'm not going to alarm clock this. Like, as I've said, I don't really alarm clock the patch notes video anymore. I just wake up early in the morning and just run it. Probably extend to more than 6, yeah. Which is why I'm not alarm clocking anymore. Also, I'm doing early Caldrix tomorrow, so yeah, there's that. And then after that, okay. The thing with how I want to focus my energy tomorrow is it's a bit tough because I do need the accessory potential for my brooches, but I do need the new cards as well. And we're probably gonna need to spam a lot to get like high rolls on Smite and Perfect and so on and so forth. And we're gonna need 2 sets as well because the status effect resist stuff, right? So yeah. Returns first for the power level, yeah. Probably just get some baseline cards, not even perfect ones, and then just take a quick shift by the conquest. To just because getting my potential up is gonna be very, very like easy. Because on hard mode you get so many fucking golds anyway, so within like 10 runs I'm gonna have enough potential, and then I can go back to Transcendence. I'm gonna have to run both early anyways to be able to make the guys next week, so. Reign Supreme. I mean, at the end of the day, about the balance between Cleric and Channeler, they have said that this is just the first step of they're going to be doing more changes to the class because they also want some sort of scaling on the buffs that you provide, and they want to change how the buff works, right? And that on top of the class overhaul we are getting on the 28th, like everything that we're talking about right now is probably gonna shift in relevance 2 weeks from now. I want some offensive power in PvP. Yeah, we have to see exactly what they do. Did you enjoy the PvP? The PvP is just like, it's fast food. It's fun. It's not the main thing. It's not particularly competitive or anything. It's just, you know, it's plug and play fun. What happens on the 28th? They announced a like combat system overhaul on the 28th for every class. So God fucking knows what that means. But apparently things are going to change a bit. Combat, yeah. 26th? Okay, 26th, sorry. all pre-EU release. Yes, but they said they're going to do it in waves. So it's only going to be some classes on the 26th, and then they're going to roll them out over time and adjust them over time. So hopefully they have all of it figured out before Global. How to farm Kina? Dungeons. Fuck up the combat before release. Yeah, that's the thing that's scaring me a little bit. And thanks for follow HX. Get those changes on Global from the start. I mean, we're supposed to be getting the up-to-date combat, right? Like, all of this is scaring me because this combat overhaul is coming right before the Sanctuary release, and the rollout is going to be right before the Global release. Like, it's crazy. Dungeon the only and fastest? Dungeon is the main one. Like, you kind of get you get progression and resources from doing fucking everything in this game, except PvP. PvP kind of doesn't give you shit. But, yeah. Dungeon is the main one. Even expect on Global release. Like, guys, think about me right now. I have an agenda of videos I'm planning for the next 2 months before Global. I'm like, I have to hold 80% of these because there's a big chance that whatever fucking guide I release before Global is gonna be irrelevant like a week from now. Like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Typical NC move, don't know about TNL. I mean, changing the combat that heavily right before release is kind of crazy, but we'll see how it pans out. Makes your job exciting, I guess. Yes. I'm so excited. I mean, at least I have some dungeon. At the end of the day, for the next, like, at least 3 weeks, I have dungeon guys to work on. So they fucking figure that shit out. And then I'll come back to them, alright? Alright, well, at least we're getting new content, and the new dungeon looks pretty cool. What servers will be good for Global? I hate it will have tryhard servers. Early access are probably going to be slightly sweatier, yeah. But other than that, it's kind of whatever. But yeah. Anyways, chat, I think that's going to be it for me today. I'm gonna go bed soon, and then wake up for the Patchnote video. And then tomorrow we fucking blast, so look forward to that. But yeah, for the time being, thank you for watching. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the subs and resubs and everything in between. I'm gonna be looking for someone to host. And I'll be back tomorrow, as I said. Probably gonna be spamming Transcendence first, yeah, actually. That's a Transcendence angle. I guess Hegmo, bro. I'm raiding Hegmo every fucking day this time. That's crazy. It's getting personal. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a good night if you're European, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. GG's. Oh, and don't forget to jump on my Discord as well. The fresh data mining shit. You know how it be.
Your cookie data and all of the ad profile that advertisers have built on you